All right, so in this video, what I want to share with you is why you don't need to be an expert in order to sell online digital video courses. So stay tuned. I'll share with you some insight behind this. All right, so if you're looking to go ahead and sell online digital courses, a lot of people think, hey, I got to know all of this, or I got to be an expert in all of that. And that's just overwhelming for some people. The reality is you don't have to be an expert in order to sell online courses. And I'll prove it to you here in just a little bit. Now, for most people in the general world, if you read just a couple of books on a subject matter, you're ahead of most people. Now, you may not be able to teach everybody because you're not the top expert, but remember, there's only one top expert in any given field. If you look at just tennis, there's only one number one. So does that mean they're the best to teach? Not necessarily, because sometimes a teacher or a coach, look at all the coaches out there in football. There's different people that go ahead and win different matches, and they might not have been the best players on the field even when they were younger. So the point is that for you to be able to teach doesn't necessarily mean you have to be the best as far as skill set goes in that area or industry. Now, I'll prove it to you here if you go ahead and take a look at, let's say, home repair expert. Well, if you want to go ahead and get your home repaired, is there a person who is an expert home repair person that knows everything about appliances, knows everything about doors, knows everything about windows, knows everything about water damage, everything about plumbing? No, it's a plumber. Everything about electrical work? No, it's an electrician. So the point is that a home repair person, okay, that's an expert. If it's an appliance expert, they might know all kinds of different things about dishwashers and refrigerators, and they know much more than maybe the electrician, even though the electrician might know quite a bit about appliances, but maybe not as much, not as familiar as popping things off. Same thing with doors and windows. Even though one guy might be an expert door person, a window person is a little bit different, right? They might be more familiar with glass and those kinds of things. So, so my point is that for you to be an expert, to be able to create a course, well, let's say you're like an electrician. Well, an electrician you might even have commercial grade buildings or residential. So you might be an expert in residential, and another person might be in commercial. So if you're doing a video course on commercial-based electrical work, that's a whole different ballgame than residential. And all of a sudden now, hey, you are pretty much an expert in your field. So my point to you in this is that no matter what subject area you're trying to tackle, just know your niche or your area or industry of expertise. If you look at what are you an expert in, you've probably seen different things at, let's say, Pinterest marketing. Those people might not be experts at SEO, but they're pretty good at it, but they're not maybe full-blown experts at it, but they're good enough. So people that are doing Pinterest marketing, getting web traffic through Pinterest, they know quite a bit. They might even know quite a bit about passive income, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily, full-blown experts at it. They still might be very, very good at it. But my point is that if you're making a course and maybe you just have one subject matter dominated, whether it's Pinterest, whether it's SEO, ebook writing, passive income, whatever your industry is, you might know quite a bit about multiple areas, but your course might be one that you're strong at or more specific at. And with time, what's going to happen is, let's say you get into Pinterest marketing. You're going to get, maybe you're at this level with SEO. With time, what's going to happen is you will continue to improve, and then you'll kind of, continue to improve and continue to improve. So you'll keep getting better with SEO. The same thing with Pinterest marketing. The same thing with maybe if you keep writing ebooks, you'll keep getting better with it, right? With time, you just continue to evolve and improve, and that's just the nature, and your skill sets grow. And the more of these different things you do, the better you get at it. So my point is that you don't have to be the top number one, because there's only one number one in any area or industry. But if you have fairly decent skill sets, and if you're above a certain level, then you can still help out. It's kind of like thinking about in the martial arts, where we went ahead, and even though you might be, let's say, a blue belt, green belt, you're still running maybe stretches or doing some basic activities for the white belts or the new people. You're still helping out. So even though you might not be the expert, you're not the black belt, you can still help people that are not as good. as you. So my point is that don't be scared to aim high or higher and build a video course, create a course, sell an online course, because it might be a basic course. It might be something simple in just the relative scheme of things. In your case, it might be a little more intermediate to advanced, but it's going to be great for people that are not as good as you, because there's always a need. There's always someone new. There's always someone starting out from the basics, from the bottom, from the foundation. So that's my point and take, is that you don't have to be the #1 top expert in every field to be able to create and sell video courses. You just have to be above the people you're focusing on, and to be able to help them out. If you can help them, give them value, make it easier for them, save them money, that's the important part. Can you give them some kind of benefit? And if you can, then it's a win-win situation for the both of you. So thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to grab some great freebies that I have available by clicking the link right over here, subscribe to the channel, and check out more great videos. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.